Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a spotlight effect in Photoshop. And also we will dive deeper into using of rectangular marquee tool for creating a selection, using gradient tool, and applying Gaussian blur. So let's get started! So here in our document, I prepare here an image of a street lamp. And our goal here is to apply a spotlight effect. So the first step we're going to do here is we're going to create a new layer for our spotlight. So to do that, going on to the layers panel, I'm going down here and select on this, add a new layer. And let's rename this layer as spotlight. Now the next step we're going to do here is we're going to create a selection using a rectangular marquee tool. So with that spotlight layer selected, I'm going to the toolbar, go on to the second tool. Right click on that and you're going to see there the rectangular marquee tool. Now let's create a selection. So I'm going to create a rectangular selection to something like this. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Well, going back, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to apply our gradient. So to do that, going on to the toolbar, find the gradient tool. So the gradient tool looks like this one, right? This is how it looks like. So select on that. For the options on top, I'm going to click for the gradient editor and then go to basics. Under basics, go to second one, right? This one, select on this. All right, and for the color, okay, so let's select on this. So I'm going to choose color white because that's the color of our lamp. And then select OK. All right, now once set, select OK. The next thing you're going to set this one up is this. You must select on the linear gradient, all right? The first one here. Okay, now once all said and done, we can now create a gradient effect. With this rectangular selection, I'm going to click and drag to apply our gradient to something like this. See? Okay, now let's deselect this one. Press Ctrl plus D. No more selection. So with that spotlight layer selected, now let's bring out the transformation command. So I'm going to press Ctrl plus T. And you can see it's already out. And now let's set this one to perspective. Right click on it and then choose perspective. On this top left corner, I'm going to click and drag this one going in. All right. So once I did that, okay, so the opposite of it or the right side also already there. All right. So I'm going to just move this one here. Okay. All right. And then press enter. Okay, now we already created the spotlight effect here, but this one doesn't look realistic. So to make it more natural, we're going to apply a Gaussian blur. So with that spotlight layer selected, I'm going to the menu bar, go to filter, under filter, go to blur, and then find Gaussian blur. Okay, so from the radius, I'm going to set this one to 10. Okay, now that looks better. It looks realistic. And now select OK. Alright, now we already have our spotlight effect. So if you want also to put another one there, so let's make it easier way. So I'm going to press Ctrl plus J, press V or move tool, click and drag it onto the other one. Now that spotlight seems big, so bring up the transformation command, press Ctrl plus T. Now let's just decrease the size of it to something like this, and then press enter. Right, also to the other one, let's make a new adjustments, press Ctrl plus T. Okay, so I'm going to decrease the size to something like this, and then press enter. And there you have it. And now let me show you the before and after. So this one is the before, and this one is the after. And that is how to create a spotlight effect in Photoshop.